Alright, hello everybody, welcome to Echo Arena VRML Channel 2. I've got for you a match about to begin between the Echoholics and Underground Nation. On the cast today, I'm Palidore, also manning the cams. That is what I do, that is who I am. So, Sam I am. Echoholics coming in here, currently ranked 47. Underground Nation 41. On the records thus far this season, it's 4 wins, 3 losses for Echoholics. Underground Nation coming in at 5-2. So both talented teams with more wins than losses, but both certainly feasting and wanting to feast on some more. Can never get enough of those wins, can you? Addicting as anything here in Echo, and Echo itself. We're all hooked, aren't we? So, what's up, guys? In the chat there, see Oreo. Eric also stopping by, who I believe is also in the game currently, so stopping by just before the stream starts. Welcome to it. Good luck, have fun. Big Rome. Sarcasm there. I'm only assuming. You can't not know the Echoholics. For if you don't, well then you're not an Echoholic. But I know you are for a fact. Big facts. Big facts, Big Rome. So, let's see, the active roster tonight. We are running with, on Underground, Lavish, False, Fats Dude Eric, and Just Better. On the blue side, Underground Nation. Over on Orange, Echoholics, it's AB Chu. ABC Hugh. He hates that, apparently. And Sir Captain Spoon, aka Spoo Bear. And Smooth Right In, and Brakara to wind things up. So, we're going to the first round now. Welcome to it. Hope you guys have fun. I already know that I shall. Welcome to Android and Goldfish, also in the chat, and swoosh. Well, look at that. Whoosh across the floor for the first neutral joust. Be Echoholics getting control of the disc briefly before a clear. Will be taken up top by Sir Captain Spoon, who's been on absolute fire and fires off, but no, can't fault that. But I guess he can, because False gets the save and then vaults out the goal, sends it on over to Eric over at the trap. Now Eric managed to squeeze it through Spoon over to Lavish. Lavish a pass up high and on the goal. Oh, Captain Spoon allows no room and will not concede a goal. Look at that, the redirect here, and will be taken by Brakara. Brakara, see you tomorrow. First goal for the Echoholics. Very nice stacks on both ends of the floor. You had the stack with Sir Captain going all the way on the orange side to just knock that disc loose before they had a chance to score. And then on the other end, it was Chu and Brakara who managed to speed over on for the grab and the score. So wonderful way to get started. As a turnover here gets them maybe restarted. It's Captain Spoon, and off the backboard will be rebounded to Smooth. Right in. Smooth sailing so far. Echoholics. Underground Nation back at the offensive joust now, seeing if they can cap their first goal. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Also, hello to Bay. What's going on, Bay? I've only said Spoo Bear once. Well, I guess that's twice now, but don't you worry. It's Eric here with the disc. Always glad to see both my captains on the stream, in a sense. Bay is my captain, for those who don't know. One of them, anyways. Now, we taken here by False. False with a pass over. Nice positioning here. They have some numbers across. Oh, but too far on the pass. It made it a little easier for Chu to dive out. But Chu does get stunned. So well done by Underground Nation to disrupt their stacks. Although, they still get back in a hurry. Smooth Ride in trying to capture it, but Lavish. And that goes careening into the rebound. And another save there, Lavish. A rush shot will not buy them the goal. It'll just be a clear out the other end. 4 Echoholics, though, making their way down the orange zone and able to recover the disc. And slipping right by, back to Spoon. A little bit of wild control here being had, but eventually getting to AB Chu. Side note, in the Twitch, I don't think I've seen them yet, but where's my Costed Mayor clone at? There is Sir Captain Spoon. 6 points thus far for Echoholics. Despite a little bit of struggle with some of those passes and clears down the tunnel, they eventually got control again. So it will be up to Underground Nation here to maybe find a little control of their own. Certainly a talented team, as mentioned. Ranked a little bit higher here than Echoholics in High Platinum, with a couple more wins, or 5-2 that is to say, compared to the 4-3 record for the Echoholics. So both teams very, very close rank-wise and record-wise. But again, a little bit of struggle here, maybe a lot bit from Underground Nation, unable to really get it through that mid zone. They do get the disc back, but again, same results. It'll just ricochet back into the blue. Now, Sir Captain Spoon might not even need to grab it. Backboards it, rebounds it. Bracara gets it saved, though. Faults. Again, right on line, call it the fault line. He is an earthquake inside the goal, but can they shake free? No! Another ding this time, another miss that is, but a pass right back, and Bracara trying to capture that, but unable to, so Lavish captures. Great defense, and swarming defense it was from Underground Nation, who finally get it clear, and maybe a perfect setup about to be underway for the first goal. There's Faults. Faults passes, and underneath the reach of Eric. Couldn't quite get a nab. So down they go. Whoa, what a leech coming in. But all players overshooting for a second. Captain Spoon bouncing it waywards, and Faults captures, but right back into the bubble. Again, a lot of these clears, really for both sides, but especially for Underground Nation, have been a bit wild at times, and I think it's just part of that warm-up process here of the first round. We see that a ton. Sir Captain Spoon to Smooth. Smooth from the corner. Wow, the save again. Faults, a maniac inside the goal. I believe that's the third one, at least, we've seen from this team here. Underground Nation locking it down, despite the fact they haven't been able to score yet. If they keep defending like this, as long as they can get a clear to go, they should be golden. But Sir Captain Spoon looking for the goal. Not golden. Doesn't go in. But to the midfield, they know they got a boost right now for that disc. Faults with a quick tap off of Bracara. Smooth right and able to slap it into the trench, or into the tunnel rather, and back into the trap. Juice lads, loving some Faults. Can't fault you for that. Bracara making the shot, trying for the shot, but Faults able to secure the disc. I tell you, Underground Nation, they gotta count their lucky stars that some of these attempts haven't got in either. They defended well, now they need to score. Will they? Yes, they shall, and Faults getting it done on every single side of the arena. Underground Nation, just like that, instantly cut the lead in half. Only a 3-point deficit. We are about 5.5 minutes into the first round. And that should get them going, I do believe. That first goal, sometimes it's going to be the toughest when you're coming on into streams. But once you get it going, now you can relax the shoulders just a little bit, as we do see, indeed, a relaxed move up the floor for both squads. Some passing there. Bracara getting stunned by Faults, I believe it was. Sir Captain Spoon, though, is going to heave it into the bubble. Now taken by Smooth right in. Again off that backboard, though, unable to capture the momentum here. But they will still retain possession of the disc for a moment. Over to Smooth. Smooth to Chew. Chew gets it through for the 2. 8-3 on the score. Sheets and Echoholics breaking some ice of their own. It's been a few minutes there since they've been able to score. And a lot of that certainly credit to some pretty sturdy defense from Underground Nation. All right, now Sir Captain Spoon actually causing havoc in the midfield with just a good read, turning it over into his hands. It's going to have a one-on-one and doesn't get it because Faults is just excellence. Excellence incarnate. Can they do it again? No. Again. Yes. Oh, man, those extra attempts. You can see, though, that the second shot being dinged off the goalpost, but I don't think that's a coincidence because the thing is, when you go against a really strong defender, a goalkeeper, and they save you once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, in fact, I think, for Faults so far, it does make the offensive player think, and it makes them start trying to paint the corners a little more, trying to evade the goalkeeper, but those are higher degree of difficulty shots. So we are really seeing the pressure of Faults pay dividends in a sense, although they do need to make up some goals here on the offensive end real soon. They have a chance, will miss. Lavish had a good look at that. But Smooth right in, trying to rebound. Instead, Eric will come away with the disc, passes it to the boots. A quick juke around. Faults! Oh, couldn't get it at the rebound. Same results. Faults again rebounding. And again, shot not there. 404. Webpage crash here, but they're still trying to crash the boards for more rebounds. Down into the trench and into the trap. Some stacks coming away. That goal is open just enough. Big shot coming in from Lavish. Living life lavishly, as they will creep ever closer into the Echoholics lead here. A 4-point difference. All right, big rollout here for Echoholics. They want to take care of this disc. And if they can score it all the better, they just might. They will with great might. It's the army. It's the hammer. It's Smooth Raiden. Looking like Thor striking lightning in that goal. 13-6. Early ice, perhaps. That was a huge make. All right, Fault with the rollout here, but little struggled on it. They'll still get a tap. Lavish, that is, gets a tap. A Smooth Raiden overtaken. Lavish right back on the turnover. So some immediate goals need to happen right quick. The mathematical time just about out in its own right. Good job on the Echoholics, though. The defense getting back into the orange zone, and they'll clear it out just as quickly. They're going to get to the blue zone. They are in the zone, and they've got the goal. It's their own. Going full auto across the floor. 15-6, Echoholics. So this round certainly going to be in the ways of Echoholics, but Underground Nation, if they can just keep building on what they've been doing, that is to say the excellent defense, and start finding some more of those offensive sets. I mean, look at that. That was a beautiful rollout, headbutt or otherwise. They still got to the front line quickly, but it was just a tough shot they took. But they definitely got some foundations to build on for Underground Nation to maybe set themselves up for a second round, a great second round. With a goal here especially, they could use that momentum, but unfortunately we've seen maybe 3 or 4 dings, I believe, here from Underground Nation in that 2-point proximity, and has just undone what otherwise has been some tremendous defense at junctures, but the offense, not quite there. Meanwhile, though, Echoholics, they were there. They were everywhere, for that matter. Those stacks, got to credit them because they caused a lot of turnovers in the midfield, and more importantly than anything, they're able to retrieve those clears first and get a lot of timely goals off of that. So with that, you might have heard in the background also the buzzer. So somebody, I can actually check for you in a second here, taking a timeout. Perhaps. Looks like it was Echoholics, so it might have been by mistake. I was going to say, if it was Underground Nation, I would honestly recommend it. Would not be a bad idea to consider the timeout there. Also, I'm noticing the stats aren't there. My mistake, I think. I'll try to fix that if I can. If not, I'll show you the manual stats before we start the next round. Maybe. There we go. Look at that. I'm a witch doctor. Witch doctor? Doctor who? Dr. Door. So, anyway. Good round for Echoholics. Swoosh in there talking about the NEPA land. I saw that. You know what? That is actually pretty hype. I will agree. What was the venue again? It's like kind of a theme parkish type thing, basically, which I gotta say that is, considering there was like 350 people from Echo Arena at the last NEPA land, it's gonna be pretty sweet seeing a bunch of hundreds of Echo people turning out in a place with Ferris wheels and golf and and all kinds of amusing things like that. It'll be a cool land. Second shout out to Nicole, shouting out the Echoholics in her own right. Well, let's go. If I had a nickel for every time that I said that at the beginning of a round. But let's go. A.B. Chu having it saved out by Lavish. Great grab, and here we go. This is what I was talking about. That first round, the defense was so excellent, but they just couldn't get the goals for Underground Nation. So if you're an Underground fan, you really want to see them get an early goal here to kind of get some confidence. Chu, though, I mean, full confidence. And you're going to have that when the goal is open. So once more, we just see those timely stacks for Echoholics getting back before the defense could even contest the disc. And that was kind of a common theme the last time around. All right, so again, let's see some early goals here because, you know, as you guys know, I mean, I'm a fan of, as a caster, every single team, and in particular, whoever's the underdog in a given round. Now, technically, Echoholics were the underdogs, but right now, it's Underground, the underdogs, the groundhogs. It's a day, it's a 2-point play, and it's a tied game in the second round. Love me some Echoholics, but yeah, for now, you know, Selfishly, I want to see a third round. So, Underground Nation able to capture that first goal, and like I said, that was going to be a very important thing for them in these first couple of minutes. They did not want to get into an early hole there. Underground or not, you want to be above ground, at least for now. So Smooth right in on the approach. He's going to pass that up. Nice bouncer over to Sir Captain. Sir Captain finds the room. And it's 4-2, Echoholics. Yeah, ice cream parlor at that Nepaland swoosh party out. Be fun times. And Cooked Node over there also. Welcome to the chat. And Bill Nye. Wow, I was a big fan of you growing up. Big fan. Right now, though, we are in the sports science of Echo Arena, seeing if they can get it going for Underground Nation. Dropped that first round by a bit, but they still had some impressive showings. Goal there would be so huge and almost made it. Eric, though, his own rebound and got the shot to tie it up. 4-4. Very well done for Underground Nation. They have already reached 2/3 of their scoring total from that first round. Just in the first couple minutes of round 2. So, promising start for Underground Nation. Bill Nye is saying, the first time tuning into the live game is pretty neat to see live. Yeah, glad you're enjoying it. I mean, VRML is a fun place to be, fun place to watch. We stream pretty much every day, all season long. You'll find me here with hundreds of casts this season, no doubt. So, be on the lookout, as almost shot going out from the backboard. Defense all converging, offense and defense converging there. Captain Spoon getting stunned by Lavish. Lavish has been pretty active there defensively. Nicely done. But the stacks, here's that common theme. You see how quickly they're able to recover. May have rushed the clear, however, so that will be right back into the arms momentarily of Underground Nation. Oh, what a move from Lavish. Couldn't get the goal, though, but he definitely shook the initial defender. Some good pass work now coming in. Bracara with a stun, but Lavish getting the pass. One more over to the backboard, and a stun from Smooth right into Dislodge. Now Smooth right in with the disc. Down to the floor it goes. Now, see, observe those stacks, right, for Underground Nation. They got split up several times, and what does it do? It gets a 2 for the Echoholics. So I think that is the big focal point here for Underground Nation, those stacks especially. In the first round, a lot of it was their clears and their stacks. I feel like their clears have been much better in the second round for Underground Nation, but their stacks are still, they're missing a couple too many grabs, and they're just not getting there quick enough. As Spoon, man, quick as a spoon, what does that even mean? Who knows? Misses the goal, rebound, 2 faults. So tough miss there, and certainly a case where Underground Nation wiping the sweat off of their brow, off of their necks, because they know they just got very fortunate there that they weren't scored on with a 3. Disc, meanwhile, getting loose. Sir Captain Spoon has the disc again, and gets a nice clear. Now there's the stacks coming in, but can they get the disc? No, again, the misread, and the 3, almost conceded. Lavish with another grab. It's definitely the tough part of Echo. You have to be fast, and you have to be accurate. You have to be staccurate, as Smooth calls it. And accurate is Eric on the save. Another defensive play. These are defensive juggernauts as a shot comes out again. But another result meeting the side of the goal. No points. And now a bouncer looking good for maybe that rebounded play. And a misread on the disc, but rebounded and stunned. A crushing blow there to Lavish, who felt that goal impending. Goes Smooth right in from up high. Has a few options, sends it to Bracara, winds around, and see ya! It's Bracara again into the pocket, and they celebrate. Elated are these Echoholics. They might have some drinks tonight for the first time all day, just to celebrate these plays. /S. 8-4. Up by double. There's still 4.5 remaining. Faults with the disc here on the rollout. Now a deep heave. Only one player there to retrieve it, and unfortunately that was going to be true. Now back on the way to Lavish, and great slicer of a shot. That angle was tight. The shot was tighter. Call him a screwdriver, I guess. All tightened up here. And that includes me, just tense always at these end of rounds, close games. Always fun to see. And that's why I was saying the first round don't count out the whole warm-up factor. You know, warming up into the stream, warming up into your game. Underground Nation has been much stronger here. They've held Echoholics to less points thus far, and they've got their scoring pace from last round beats as well. Now, another good defensive play. That was Lavish yet again. I don't know how many times I've said his name. But unfortunately, the clear not quite there. Now, False fighting himself out of the goal as they try to send a clear way down the floor. And that's going to be another clear, tapping it out. So where's those stacks? Give me those stacks. Smooth right in, just says, give me that. The stacks going again. Smooth taking a leech, but misread on the disc. The secondary stack there with a pass to Smooth. Getting stunned. Bracara rebound and taps it over to Chu. Chu from the back door. Lavish the snag. These guys are absolutely ferocious inside their own bubble. Bracara, though, no shot. A ding off that post, and that, what did I say earlier? Great goalkeepers will do that to you. Chu now with a disc. He's going to work it around the back, and very smart move from Chu, recognizing the lack of a diver and the ability to just walk it in. So, very heady play from the Chu Meister, as we all call him all of the time. Underground Nation back at it. Lavish with the disc up the floor. Again, rushing a little bit of clear because there was no one there to receive it. They had 3 or 4 players all on their side of the floor, so they definitely had some passing options. Fortunately, they will get the sack, so maybe I take back my words, seeing if they can take back some points, because that is the point. But on point, it's Chu. Anoint him the king of the goal. At least on this side of the floor. Other end, False. Both super talented goalies. Chu there, just missing a read. Actually looked like a strange interaction. Uh-oh, hopefully we're not getting one of those weird servers hitching up again. But with that, 1:36 left in the game. So a score here would put the Underground Nation folks right back within reach, but no, nobody there. Just threw it directly towards the goalkeeper, and an unfortunate error could be costly. Fortunately, actually, it's just Better who's at least able to stop the attack momentarily. Now, a missed pass to Sir Captain Spoon on one end of the floor will allow Lavish to secure the disc on this end, only to be stunned by Sir Captain Spoon, getting hit by a wooden spoon. Memories of my childhood, but nonetheless, it's Lavish with the disc. And Lavish down the floor. Time is ticking. False with the disc now, Spoon with the grab. Just a spoonful of sugar. Let's see if we can make this medicine go down. Now, Chu is unable to read that disc. Actually, just leaves it over for the recovery from Captain. Now, False diving out. It was a good dive, but a little mistimed. A ding, rebound. And A-B. Chu does it like A-B-C. Read that like a book and then closed it on them. A 6-point lead and basically no time remaining here, unfortunately for Underground Nation, as great as this effort was from them. You know, they got those 4 points like 2 minutes in, 2 or 3 minutes in. And then they scored one more after that, but then they got stuck at that cursed 6 number. Meanwhile, the Echoholics have just been able to play on this side of the floor, get a little bit more of those opportune goals here in the late game, and that secured them the round. Bracara off of the goal, and False will have it stolen by Captain Spoon just for one final goal, and that will be the game. Echoholics will win their 5th to match the 5 wins of Underground Nation. ABC, I like it. Alrighty, well, a great game from those 2 great teams. But unfortunately, as usual, there can only be one winner. Otherwise, you'd love to see them all win, right? But well done on the Echoholics' end for just a very cohesive game. They cause their midfield defense and really just their stacks specifically. It was just so pertinent in being able to recover those discs and get so many of those open shots, especially that first round. But they had a lot more of those possessions and those shot attempts, as you can see. 67% of shot attempts were the Echoholics' favor. But on the scoreboard, everyone getting involved. Again, Chu this time leading the way. Lately, it's been Spoon, who's usually been going off for 20 points or so each game. But really, anyone on this team could do that because of that kind of chemistry they have. You can see all the passing going on here. Chu with 10 points and assists, a save 17 stuns. Sir Captain with 8 points and 3 assists. You had Smooth Riding with 7 points, 5 assists. Really nice number there across both the passing and the finishing, as well as a save and 29 stuns. And Bracara there with 4 points and 37 stuns. The high for the team there, so definitely knocking some teeth all over the floor. Not picking those up. Underground Nation, they picked up quite a lot, didn't they, in terms of the disc. They got those steals, they've got those saves. They are phenomenal defensively. 73% of the saves going their favor. Lavish credited with 2 of them, as well as the 7 points and 41 stuns. Faults had 3 points and 5 stuns there. And oh no, my stats are erased for some mysterious reason. Anyway. Fantastic effort, though, all around from this squad. I mean, I think if they can just tighten up their stacks, that's the main point. Main focal point, I think, for them. Tighten up the stacks a little bit. That way you can actually punish off of all of those steals and saves that you guys were getting. Because they were really fierce in that end. And perhaps outplayed on that end in a sense. It was just because of the lack of successful clears and recoveries that they were not able to actually break the seal too much on the other side on offense. But anyway, GG's to all, and to all a good night. That is good intermission, because we still have one more match. So yeah, one more match after this on Channel 2, which will be Psychological versus Timbre. And those 2 teams are in the Platinum Division. So we're going to have that coming up next. 4-0 for Psychological, Timbre rather, at 5-1. So 2 strong teams in their own right. They'll be coming up right next. So I'm going to send it to a quick intermission, and yeah, stay tuned if you want. And we'll have one more match for you.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome right back to VR Master League Channel 2. I've got one more match for you coming up right now. Psychological versus Timbre. Indeed, it is timbre. For what are those? You really want to say timbre, but I know it's timbre. I'm gonna try to tamper with my brain and keep that in mind. We'll see. But psychological here coming in. Well, both teams coming in the platinum division, ranked 81 for psychological and 79 for timbre. So both cut from the same cloth thus far in this season. Two strong teams, strong records. Timbre coming in with 5 wins, 1 loss. Psychological with 4 wins, 0 losses. So an undefeated streak kind of at play here for one side. Still early in the season, of course, but as we know, the longer you go into a season undefeated, the harder and harder it gets to actually keep that streak alive. So we'll see how it goes on that end, but yeah, we are ready to go here right quick. Just coming off of that very fun match between Underground Nation and Echoholics. Just a phenomenal game there. Fast stacks, great goalkeeping, but ultimately an Echoholics 2-rounder sweep there. Now, on the roster here, let's see. For Psychological, they'll be rolling in with Zero Phelium. It's your boy, my boy, your boy, all our boys. It's your boy, JP22. Hi, Bob. And Pink Slushy. Over on Timbre, it's Porky the Pork, Kof, Velo.City, or Velocity, and Lab 00. So, we'll see what they've cooked up in their lab as we are just about ready. There's one team up now, so just one to go. Smooth riding. Killing it. Who, you? Who, me? You guys. That is, what, 5-3 now for the Echoholics. Good games. Fun times. Now, like I said on stream, go have yourself a victory drink for the first time all day today. Definitely. All right. Meanwhile, over on Channel 1, by the way, shout out to Blank and Offbeat. I know they've been casting a few matches there. I think they have one more starting in a few minutes, in fact. Raptured and Friends, I believe. So, appreciation to them for also keeping the streams alive over on the Channel 1 side of things. But here is round 1, so let's channel our inner Zen. And let's begin. Again. Alright, so, first neutral joust. Well, that just ricochets way back into the blue zone before Velocity takes it over. Now, good bounce pass to Lab. Lab, that was fab to Kof, and Kof! Oh, right and high, not in coach, that's first class. 3 points to start them off. For Timbre. Very strange rollout. That initial neutral joust had that disc go way back into the blue zone after going to the orange initially. Just took a weird bounce, but man, they zipper lined that bounce pass and then another one down the floor, and they really took great advantage. As I, need to turn off these overlays, don't I? My bad. There we go. Much more clean. So, back to Pink Slushy here. On offense for Psychological, trying to capture their first goal. Zero Phelium. See what he's feeling up here. Floating by like some Zero Helium. But back down, they lose the disc, and Lab stunned out. Someone needs to go heal him. Into the midfield, a recovery, a little tap boost I think it was from Lab, but still be snagged by Bob, rather. Sorry, don't mean to rob you of your name. It's Bob. It's Bob. Bob says hi to the lob, to the sky, and pockets it. Great assists and shot. That was hi Bob to Zero Phelium. And with that, scoring ice broken, in a sense. Although, I say that, it's only been a minute and a half. Either way, good early signs from both teams, able to get some scores here. As we saw in that last match, right, for Underground Nation, where, and not just them, but like any team here comes into the stream sometimes, that first round, getting that first goal can be a task. I kind of say that even from recent experience on the NEPA end of things. You know, sometimes that first goal, you kind of need it to calm down a little bit. So when you can actually get an early one in that initial minute or two, it's a good sign, good feeling. Get in your groove. So a high Bob with the disc. Right outside the bubbles, scanning, surveying, making way for a play. Pass down below to Pink Slushy. Pink Slushy sending it to Zero, and Zero, so far, the scoring hero. A couple of goals in a row, but definitely enabled heavily by the teammates. being assisted there both times. So, just like that, at 1 point lead. Still plenty time. 7.5 in the first round remaining. So QBing going for a attempted dribble play, but broken up nicely by Pink Slushy. Still yet they'll maintain possession, but then lose it. Timbre, that is, losing it to Psychological. Trying to bounce that over. A good pick off by Kove. Kove needs to be careful and does get a pass before having it stolen. And again, some disarray at play inside that tunnel. But back into the zone. Scoring zone will be Pink, Slushy, and Co. They've got a 3-on-3 forming, and they've got the backboard again. We've seen it once, twice, and thrice. Quite nice from this Psychological team. Definitely active, psychoactive, in fact. They are using a very specific strategy, and it is very specifically paying off here inside the blue zone. They've gone to that backboard 3 different times with those passes, and they are perfect. And Vitality in there. Thanks for the compliments. Killing it with a casting, killing it with the threes. Everlasting Velocity. That's a nice shot to tie it right back up after a couple minutes scoreless for Timbre. Yeah, appreciate the love. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know, I'm feeling extra energized today. I think it's because right before these casts, I got out of a scrim and such. So I still had like adrenaline pumping and all that. So I don't know. I just got the extra energy, the extra bounce in the step. Likewise for these players trying to bounce and step into the goal. And with a wind around ever so gradually, it's going to be a shot from Velocity. Round and round he went on that goal. But where he would stop, only Velocity knew. Bottom pocket. Alrighty, so 1 goal lead, 2 point lead. And we still got a lot of round to burn as a thing. So a nice pace of this match thus far, 8-6. Offense for Psychological down the field. Now that is a lot of bothersome defense over on Pink Slushy, being turned into slush, I think, with all those stuns. So this will be a loose disc and an open bubble. Everyone recovering there for blue, and will be the 2. Velocity taking it from Lab there. Labu. Lab 00. 10-6, 4 point lead. Really, this whole round so far has just been a series of miniature runs. A couple of goals in a row from one team, and then a couple of goals in a row from the other team. Big Pally energy. You got that right, Chewmeister. Well, that's a 3, and that is some huge energy. Wow! That will be injected into the veins of Kove and Timbre. Now, you get those tunnel 3s, you talk about the confidence. It goes up, just like the score. See, Jaw34 also stopping by, cheering on Porky. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for the support and the interaction. So, Pink Slushy here. They're down by a little bit, so I do like this because they do have 4 minutes left, so they're not in a time crunch yet. I do like this attempted slow play up the floor. A little bit of miscommunication, perhaps, though. They didn't really have a great line of sight to the passes, but they'll still rebound it anyways. Now, that's a big thing here for this squad. They want to get a quality goal. They don't need to rush. They just need a quality look, high percentage, and then they'll be fine. High Bob there has a lot of time. And now the time closed off by the Stacks. Just floating a little bit out of the reach, and that's going to be a deep shot, rebounded, and secured. Locking it in is Timbre. Velocity with those 2 points, but definitely finding themselves at a good tempo. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Goldfish saying, Porky the Pork is my friend. Really good friends. Yeah, it's awesome. Glad to have you here supporting. That's always a cool thing when we get these teams on stream, especially if it's the first time in the season or the first couple times. But you always get kind of different different characters and friends and family, and just a lot of different faces basically in the Twitch chat is all I'm gonna get. It's kind of cool to see. You know, you get a mix of very specific viewers with like Echoholics matches, for instance, or a lot of like the Tyro crew and Tyro teams, and so it's kind of cool to see all the new faces file in, you know, the first time chatters and things like that. Fun for me also. I like seeing teams for the first times in seasons, just to get a look at where the progress is and where they're going. Now, where they are going is for an attempted bounce pass up, but unfortunately a turnover will be, very fortunately for Psychological. Now, if they can get a goal here, they'll still be in okay position. But they do need to score here rather soon. So, disc right back, deep pass, and no one really there to secure it. Kind of went between the two receivers. Cove retrieves it. Now down the other side of the floor, a mail slot. Oh, nearly there. Velocity will be there. Gets the snare. And they are going to be 18-6, up by a dozen. And looking pretty in the clear for a win here in that first round. Oh, awesome. Josh saying, Porky's your guys' coach, and you guys were just casted on Channel 1. Nice. How was that first stream? Hopefully, things were fun. Whatever the results were, hopefully you guys enjoyed and got some valuable VODs out of it. Now, Bill Nye asking about how long the season is. It goes on until around December-ish, I believe. November, December, something like that. I really should know this. Perhaps more than anyone else who casts. I probably should know this, but the exact date slips my mind. Nonetheless, we're here for a while, and that shot is off, not by a mile, but by an inch. Pink Slushy with a disc. So down the floor, down the hatch. No one there to catch on, well, both squads. Really just right past the reach. Less than a minute remaining here, so the results of round one decided, but certainly not the final score. They could change that with some action and quick reaction, as we see there from It's Your Boy. It's Your Boy down the floor. Rebound by Lab. Timbre perhaps just trying to defend a little more and maybe hit that 20 pace, that 20 mark. Anytime a team hits 20, that means they were seriously hotted around because it's not easy to do in 10 minutes. Now Lab with a good grab, sends it down the floor. There's a stack. Nobody in the goal, so they have a chance. A shot just ricocheting off that sneeze guard, as Sputnik calls it. And back into the awaiting arms of Pink Slushy, trying to mix it up like a slush, but a little too much. Didn't quite have the touch, as it will be the end of the round. Going the way of Timbre. Caster's mic was muted the first round. You mean on channel 1? That's unfortunate to hear, but you know, that's okay. Maybe it's like one of those Zen things, right? Where sometimes, you know, maybe us casters are a little too much. You know, I get it. The energy can be a lot, okay? I'm an introvert at nature, despite what it sounds like when I cast. So I get it. Maybe we're a little noisy. You know, maybe on channel 1 they just needed to mute things a little while. They needed people to chill, relax, and then when you least expect it, boom, go into round 2 with some energy again. But that said, talk about the energy, a lot of energy there for Timbre. They were scoring in bunches upon bunches. 12 points for Velocity, 6 for Koef, and 4 assists for Lab, which I like to see there. Porky coming in with 6 stuns. Meanwhile, Psychological, 6 points for Xerophilium. And a couple, well, all of them assisted actually by Pink Slushy and Bob. Bob also getting a save in there as well. It's Your Boy had the 10 stuns, but all in all, they just were not able to secure those points that they were fighting so hard to get. Because they put up, as you can see, a good amount of stuns collectively. Only a couple players there. Well, one player there with double-digit stuns over on Timbre. Meanwhile, we have 3 double-digit stuns, players with double-digit stuns over on Psychological. So, I mean, they were trying to be aggressive. They were trying to brawl, but they just could not find those the pass connections quite enough and get those scores going the way that they wanted. But, again, one round doesn't necessarily mean the world. We saw it, well, we see it pretty much on a daily basis, right, where the 10 minutes is such an important mental factor. Being able to see the new round, 10 minutes on the clock, 0-0, the score reset. So we can see a different story here soon. You might have heard the horn go off. Indeed, somebody took a timeout. I could check that courtesy of Spark real quick. It was, let's see. Oh, looks like it was actually Timbre who took it. Go figure. I mean, they won the round, but they now decided, hey, we're also just going to take a couple minutes here. So maybe a change of strats or a change of rosters. Who's to say? Looks like they're about to unpause, though, so we only have a minute here or so. See, Spades also stopping by the chat. Welcome to it. Got your stream in. Thank you for your patience with that. That cast match redemption. I did see you had another one in there also. Just keep in mind, I can't guarantee you will get a specific match. We try. So I know you have one on Wednesday or Thursday. We'll try. No guarantees though, but we'll try to get that one, if not that, within a couple weeks. Or if you want it refunded, let me know. Like if you're very, very particular about which match you want casted and we don't get to it, I can always refund the points if you want. But yeah, we'll get you otherwise within the next week or two at the very least. So appreciate the redemptions there on Channel 1 and all the participation. Meanwhile, though, we're back into the second round between Psychological and Timbre. Now that shot sent deep. Oh, could it be? That was so very close. A rebound missed by 3 different players just flying right by the thing. As Pink Slushy will maintain possession now and sends it down the floor. Attempting a dribble play perhaps with Bob, but they were unable to get their second grab in. Still yet though, Bob has plenty of time to eye it down. The angle tight and oh no, lost tracking it looked like, or lost the disc. Either or, got it back, but now they have to take the more scenic route to find themselves a goal. So there's the pass. What a dive. Read by Velocity from a million miles away. It seemed like he was already preparing to lurch out well before that pass went. Meanwhile, Kof looking for that mail slot perhaps. The bounce, though, will be rebounded at the wall. Maybe. Eventually. So both teams actually a little bit of struggled grabs. Some stuns from Pink Slushy and Slushy the tap out. Another misgrab there for Psychological. I'll be getting a little psyched out here in the early round with a few of these misses, but nothing that they can't clean up with a minute or two of time. So as this clear goes out, now this could be a good opportunity. A 2-on-2 situation now turning into a fully defended goal. So now they'll have to back it out, and I like that move from Timbre. Wise to do so, and eyes on the prize, on the disc. Trying to size up the opponents in the goal. And made on the shot, swinging around that post from the outer bubble. It was Kof. And 2 minutes in, got our first goal in round 2.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, Xerophilium with a pass there. Q being over to It's Your Boy. It's Your Boy casually back over to Zero. Good patience here I'm seeing from Psychological, and this is that kind of attentive play on the joust that you need. Recognizing when you're being rushed and when you're not, and just kind of maneuvering around those margins of error. Not getting rid of the disc too early or too fast is very, very important. And well, as I say that, they kind of got rid of it fast there, and that provided the open goal, but they were not punished for it. So definitely a good turn of events, fortunate turn of events for Psychological that did not go down against them. Now in the bubble, defense trying to regather themselves as Timbre tries to head down. Good pass to Porky the Pork. Oh, gets it snagged and stolen, cleared by Xerophilium. Into the blue zone. Rebound and slapped. Hi Bob will manage to wrangle the disc for a second. A bounce pass, just about perfect, but not quite there. Again, kind of a recurring theme in these first few minutes of this round here, where a lot of the passes, honestly, they feel catchable. It just seems like Psychological has not been able to catch them, or they're not meeting the disc halfway sometimes, and they're holding on to the anchors too long, for instance. Very fixable thing, but maybe just one of those cases where they need to kind of calm it down, and if nothing else, take some heat off the passes, get some closer, softer passes, so they're not capitalized upon too much and punished for those turnovers like they are here again by Kof, who has both the scores in this round thus far.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, so Q being here, Xerophilium with Pink Slushy, maybe eyeing a dribble play, and they do have the grabs. Nicely done. Can they read the disc? Oh, just missing, but now rebounding. There's Pink Slushy, and got the goal. That's what you want to see from Slushy. That was a quick trip. How convenient down the floor. Now hopefully they got more of that in store. Convenience store. For the rest of this round. Then we could be eyeing maybe a third round. But nice triples. The key thing there is they didn't give up on the play and they kept their stack. So even when they missed their, their first grab or the pass or what have you, they still had the ability to speed down the floor fast enough to read the disc, get it before anyone else was able to over on timbre rather, and then they were able to score. With that said, we're seeing some very good slow play in this lane, although I think I just jinxed it with a little caster's curse because they lost the disc, and now it reverse into a 4-point tie. Hi, Bob, says bye, Bob, to the defense as they fly through the goal. It is all tied up here, halfway through round 2.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So just like that, it took them 4 or 5 minutes for Psychological to get the scores, and yet, look at this! Look at this! It's Pink Slushy doesn't miss! 5 minutes before they scored their first goal just about, and then in the last minute, they've scored 3 times. Psychological, they've turned it around. And they've definitely found some good motion, some good rhythm. They've got their grabs, they've got those defensive reads. For timbre here, they need to be careful. They need to really be careful because they are about a goal away from this starting to be a snowball. Oh, but oh man, the shot falls because everyone out of the goal. Great job by Porky the Pork. That shot, that's for you, Twitch. For the coached players in there and the friends of Porky. Recognized open goal, got it done. So excellent job, because I was going to say, if they ate one more goal the opposite way, timbre would desperately need a timeout at that point, I feel like. But with that goal, they cut it back to 1 point and then stopped the bleeding a little bit. They cauterized the wound, and they needed to because they ate 3 goals in a row. Now they're going to have 2 goals in a row of their own right. This time, lab eating. That's a lab-created buffet there. Not sure if that's healthy, but it's viable. And they will be striving ahead for the 1-point lead. 3 minutes left in round 2. All right, quick launch this way. They opt to send one down every single lane, left, right, and center, and down the floor. Oh, it's red by Porky and Velocity on the stack. Recovered, though, by Psychological. Psychological now moving up and trying to keep pace, seeing if they can get back in the lead here. Find some of that scoring magic that they had earlier on at that 4 to 5 minute mark. Velocity able to retake that disc. Some good stuns by Xerophilium. To enable those backstacks to get right back into the recovery. But as I say that, oh, an important recovery by Lab. Call him a lab or a golden retriever, either the case. That was an important retrieval of the disc. Down by 3 with 2 minutes left, and timbre looking to maybe sweep in 2 rounds. Psychological. They had that great scoring run in the span of about 1 minute at the halfway point of this match, but now they've been scoreless again for the last couple. So really needing to clean things up a bit, but again, one of those passes, long passes, which were, they were in the general area it needed to be, but just not quite able to be grabbed. Another pass this time ricocheting off that nugget block. That's been, I think, the main thing here hurting Psychological is just these missed grabs on that disc, because it has resulted in a whole lot of this with a quick flourish. Velocity, gonna drain some clock there. And honestly, smart move. I know some people will look at that and say that may be a little BM, but I think in that case, with only 1 minute and 30 seconds left, just waiting until he had to score, I think it's a smart move, actually, because time is, in fact, the worst enemy of Psychological right now. So if you can spend a few extra seconds with possession before you actually score that too, by all means, that just puts a little extra pressure on Psychological to score, because the time just a little bit less before they get the disc back. So in that particular instance, well done. So back onto the blue end, but not for all too long. That's sent way back down. That is nearly a beautiful mail slot. Be rebounded by Kof, who's stuck there by Pink Slushy. Stuck him like a straw in a slushy. A little too much, though, as a quick grab and grab back. Slush with a nice reset. to the back line there. Eyeing perhaps a dribble play, but they need to get rid of it quickly. And they don't. So Kof gets the stun and secures the disc right back. Think about those dribble plays. If you're too lax, you know, moving around those defenders, I mean, they'll just creep up on you, stun you out, and prevent you from getting that dribble. As the clock now does wind down, the last possession here, last score perhaps. Lab to the backboard, trying to score, rebound, and tapped out the bubble. This match just about over, but Velocity there with an attempted shield does get him as some Joker trains and Kof. Okay, now that one I will say was just pure BM. Don't do that, please. Nonetheless, though, Bob with the disc here, and that's going to end the game. 2 rounds in the books, and well done from Timbre. They sent Psychological going Timbre. See, maybe I give people too much credit sometimes. You know, yeah, it's not BM. That's not BM. That's strategery. And then they go, yeah, doing that. Be nice to each other, please. No need to hot dog when you got the win. That said, Psychological put up a great fight. They were able to score 6 and 7 points respectively across the 2 rounds, but just was not enough to stop the heat from Timbre. You know, Psychological, I mean, again, 5 points, 3 assists for Pink Slushy, 20 stuns, quite nice. Zero Phelium, 6 points, 2 saves, 30 stuns. So big stun numbers. I mean, they definitely were winning out heavily in the brawl department, but just didn't translate to goals. It's Your Boy JP had the 15 stuns in there, and then High Bob had a pretty full stat line, as you can see. 2 points, 1 assist, 1 save, and 5 stuns, so did a little bit of everything there. Timbre, they did a lot of everything. Porky the Pork coming through with 2 points, 2 assists, 2 saves, and 12 stuns. A lot of 2s in those round 2s. Velocity, 14 points. What can you say about that? Just great finishing around that rim, and from all the opportunities given, there were opportunities made and capitalized upon. Lab, like this stat line quite a bit. 4 points, but 7 assists. 7 assists in 2 rounds is a dominant number. Being great to see. Great to see. And I guess that's just me showing my bias as kind of a point guard type player myself, but I love the passes. Anytime you see players get passes like that, it's a thing of beauty. Kof putting in the 4 points as well as a few stuns, and well, that will indeed round out our stats. So, with that is the final match for the evening across either channel. Let me just make doubly sure. There might be one just ending right around now on channel 1, actually. So, yeah, so Raptured and Friends and Every Key might be going on. I'll check for you guys real quick and maybe raid you if it's still going. And, let's see. Come on, give me the score. I want to see. Wow, close game. Here we go. Inversion versus Hex actually is going on now. So maybe the other match looks like delayed because I think the streams here on channel 1 a little off schedule perhaps, because I think Inversion versus Hex was a little earlier. Either way though, tight game going on right now. It's about to end though, it looks like, in the 3rd round, 14-10. So I'm not sure if they will be having one more match on channel 1 or not, to be honest. Hit or miss, we'll see. But nonetheless, that's it for me on channel 2 at the very least. So for everyone who did tune in today, appreciate you very much. Thank you, Jaw34, Spades, Porky the Pork, GG's in there. Welcome to the Twitch. King, who are you over there as well? Who are Unit? And Goldfish earlier on. I think that about covers it. Vitality also, and then the Echoholics folks who stopped by after their cast earlier as well. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, from channel 2, I've been Palidore. Everyone be happy, be healthy, be safe, be good to each other. Remember that part, please, especially in this day and age. And yeah, I'll see you again real soon. Take it easy.
And we're underway.
VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.